Okay. Yep, we're live now. All right. All right. Welcome to Office Hours. Let me get things situated here so that we can do that. Gonna just double check that one password is not open, because that would be unfortunate. Okay, let's get the link here. Go to my Office Hours. I'll share my screen here in just a second. Um, Office Hours is starting now. Okay. And um, one other thing. Okay, and just had to deal with. Okay, cool. Close that. Oh no. Oh shoot, I just closed all the things. There we go. Close that, and share my screen. What's up, Taryn? Okay, let's go.
What
Boom.
up?
Now we're sharing. Okay, great. Sorry, normally I try to have office hours like all the windows ready to go before I start streaming to YouTube, but here we are. Welcome to office hours every week, pretty much. Sometimes I have to skip a week for some reason, but most weeks I give about an hour of my time to answer whatever questions you have, whether or not you have gotten a license to one of my courses and stuff. So. This is what that's all about. And I want to mention before we get started also that if you're watching this later and you're like, I had a question for Kent, I also have the Call Kent podcast that you can ask questions here. And my response and your question turns into a podcast episode, which is cool. And also, I'll mention while we're talking about podcasts, I do have a podcast, the Chats with Kent podcast that has 4 seasons, and I am actively working on season 5 right now. And it's very closely related to Epic Web Dev Conf. So stay tuned to that. Basically, I'll spoil the whole thing. So I'm taking all of these speakers and recording a little short conversation with them um, to yeah, and turning that into season 5 of Chats with Kent. So it's going to be pretty sweet. And they're all going to have their own profile page where that will show up there as well. So look forward to that. Also, by the way, like come to the conference. You can see Taryn at the conference, so that'll be sweet. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, we've got workshops and yeah, and also still looking for sponsors. So definitely reach out if your company would be interested in sponsoring. All right, with all that said and done. Oh yeah, one other thing. Um, so Artem, the creator of MSW, is redoing testing JavaScript, giving it a total update, and the update will go to Epic Web. And so Artem is actively working on that, and just open sourced the first workshop material as well. So you can go to Testing Fundamentals, get a preview of that, and go to epicweb.dev because there are still 14 slots for folks to join the live workshop. So if you want to get a solid understanding of testing, then that is a great place to start. Epic Web Volume 1 has a testing workshop, but I assume that you have a solid understanding of testing at that point. So if you want to really understand how testing works, then this would be a great place to do that. Okay, with all that said, let's get to things. I always give priority to folks who are in the Zoom call. And then when we run out of those, then I answer questions from the Office Hours channel. So with that, Taryn, you were first. You got a question or are you just here to hang out?
Oh, yo, I got questions about the conference.
Okay, yeah, good, good.
Um, so first, first off, I know conferences generally, I mean, the ones I've gone to, they have like deals with hotels for accommodations. Are you guys going to be doing that
Yeah,
or?
we just got that up
Oh, nice.
here. Yep. So we've got oh man, I need to talk to them about light mode. So make sure to turn on dark mode for now. But yeah, so there are instructions on how to redeem that special discount. It's not a very big discount, but it's also a relatively cheap hotel for that this part of the country. So it actually originally we were planning on doing the conference in Salt Lake, like the
Hmm.
previous Remix comps we've done, but the real kicker was there's like 5,000 high school girls coming for a volleyball something or other, and all of their parents and everything. And so flights were a big problem, and hotels were a big problem. And so, like, moving it to Park City adds like an Uber ride price and everything. But after all of that, you're actually going to save money going to Park City and at this hotel. So yeah, that's how you get the discount.
Cool, cool. And then is the agenda online yet? I know you.
No, no, it's not.
Okay.
I do have an agenda planned on like who's speaking and or like what order they're speaking and stuff. Some of these speakers are backup speakers, so you'll have to be there the night before if you want to watch when we record those. Um, and yeah, and some of these are MCs, like Madison's an MC and Mark is an MC.
Okay.
But yeah, the actual talk titles and everything that is coming. I and some of these are lightning talk speakers, like Zeno and Sunil are lightning talk speakers and stuff. So anyway, yeah, that will be coming pretty soon, I hope. Like I said, I'm currently recording videos that will go on a profile page for these folks, and so we're gonna, yeah, it's gonna get a lot deeper in what specifically is gonna be talked about and stuff.
All right. All right. Yeah, because I already sent my manager the message of like, this is how it ties into the company. Like, pay for
Mm,
this. I'm just waiting
yeah,
to hear back. Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, yeah, you get approval and all of that too.
I mean, I'm taking anyways, even if they don't pay for it. So
Well, I think that you'll have a really awesome time, and these people are just fantastic. I hope you get to talk with each and every one of them
no.
because they're just really, really cool. So
Okay. That
even
was
though
it
I
for me.
am on there too.
Yeah, I know who you are. I've been talking to you for like a year or two now.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that was
Um,
it for me. I don't really have any code questions as of right now.
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Benjamin just mentioned in the Discord, and so I'll mention this as well. It's going to be online for folks who can't make it. Yes, it will be. Um, I think it says the live stream. Yeah, here it is. So there will be a free live stream, and if you want to, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. So let's see. I think it's yeah, Epic Web Dev is the YouTube channel. I should probably link that. And we'll add like, yay. I should link to this on the website. I don't know that we do. Right there would be a good place to put that link. And actually, the live stream is already scheduled, so you can go over here and turn notifications on so you don't miss it, because you wouldn't want to do that. So yeah, cool. All right. I'm gonna try and say your name. Is it Manyot? Is that how you say it?
Pretty close, Manjo. Yeah.
Manjo. Okay, cool.
First time on the office hours. I'm
Uh,
excited to be here. uh, Actually, I'm working with Tarn on the Redus adapter change.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So I think kind of the changes just move all the adapters out. Just had a couple questions before I started on that. I know you mentioned previously for you want to keep the LRU cache adapter in, or do you want to remove that now completely?
Yeah, I think I looked at it and I was like, that's like 10, 20 lines long, and it's not complicated at all. And by keeping it, we tie ourselves to the LRU API. Even though we're not like using LRU as a dependency, we have like this uh, just type that we've defined. But like if they change their API, now we got to do a major version bump for just LRU. And given that it's only like 20 lines of code, then like, I don't know, people can do that themselves. And not everybody's going to use LRU anyway. They'll be using Redis or something else. So yeah, I would like to remove all the adapters. And that also means that I want to get rid of everything except for this usage example right here. And so yeah, we would get rid of the Yeah, it looks like that's not even imported properly. But yeah, so we would probably take the LRU cache that's in the adapters right now and just paste it into the examples right here in the usage, just for the example, and keep the options, of course. But yeah, take all of the adapters and honestly, like I think what we should do is just have a section on adapters and then just a list of links. We don't need to have examples for those at all. Just delete all the examples because that should be in the package itself. The adapter package should do its own documentation. And because we're doing that, I think the fancy testing stuff that was set up before can all go away. We don't need to worry about that because that will simplify some things. There are quite a few examples in here. And so we are getting some benefit to running these through some tests and stuff. But honestly, I have not really had a problem with keeping my README up to date as things change and stuff. So I think getting rid of that special test thing will simplify maintenance of the package. So anyway, does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. For the LRU one, that into its own separate package then, similar to the Redis one.
Yeah, if you want to create a package out of it, you can. I personally, I wouldn't bother because it's pretty simple. There's not a lot to it. And so if we just take this and like right now it's pretty generic. If we take it and show it how it would be not generic in an actual code base and put that in our usage example, then it would actually be even less lines than this. And people can just copy paste that into their own projects. But if you want to make a package out of this, then that's fine too.
Okay,
But yeah, I think we should just delete the adapters file entirely.
cool. Sounds good. I'll get started on.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for doing that. So I'll tell you that one of the things that I have learned in doing open source is that it's really easy to burn out if you work on stuff that doesn't affect your own work. And so I have made a policy for myself that I only really work on stuff that affects me and what I'm doing. And if it doesn't, then I just have too many other things to do. Like it's fun to do stuff that solves other people's problems and that works for a while. But after you get involved in a lot of things and got other stuff to do, it just becomes too much and you get overburdened. And so, yeah, I've just like this isn't in the state that I want it to be, but it's working well enough for me, and so I haven't done anything. And so for that reason, I'm just really grateful to people like you who are motivated to get it to the state where I think it will be better, and doing the work that I just can't do myself. So thank you.
Yeah, no worries for sure. This is actually my first contribution, or it's going to be, so pretty excited about yeah, working on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited about that. That's awesome. Happy to participate in your first pull request and open source stuff. So that's awesome. Okay, sweet. Did you have any other questions, or should I go over to Discord now?
Nope, all good.
Okay. And thank you, Taryn, for helping out as well. That's super cool that we're doing this. Getting everybody into
He's
the
actually
open
one of my
source.
like best friends, hilariously enough, and I told him to go do this.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. Good stuff. All right, let's see. Let's back up. I think I was answering questions here. Yeah, I answered that. Okay, is there any plans to have Epic Stack use Vite? And sometimes I get notifications on my phone, or like I'll see that there people have posted stuff, and I don't realize we're looking in the Office Hours channel, so I'll just answer it right away. And sometimes it's pretty quick as well. But yes, we are planning on moving Epic Stack to Vite. I moved can'tseedots.com to Vite to make sure that like I was happy with it and it didn't have any problems. I am happy with it and just about ready to recommend it. It's not stable yet. I'm not necessarily one to say let's wait for stability on everything, but For the Epic stack, I think I want to wait. It's not like super urgent and it's not super challenging. So yeah, we're gonna wait on that until Vite is stable, which is like honestly any day now, is what it seems like. So yeah, very, very close. Uh, let's see, is there any good resource to learn documentation? I'm not sure this question here. Answering this now. To Yeah, any resource to learn documentation. I think like the challenge with well, if I understand the question correctly, the challenge with learning from documentation is you're only able to learn as well as the documentation is, and not all documentation is good. And so um, typically, um, like reading the docs is a really good idea, very helpful. And hopefully the docs are well written. Following the examples in your own project can be really helpful. Uh, and I find myself, especially with smaller packages, I find myself diving into the code and implementation quite a lot. Um, but for a bigger package or framework like Remix, then just spending a lot of time working on working with the software is is pretty good, and I do rely on the docs for that sort of thing. So I don't know if I mean, you asked for a good resource. I don't know of any resources at all about learning from documentation. But maybe what you're asking about is how to write documentation, like a resource on how to write docs. And I don't know of a resource for that either. Um, but yeah, typically when I'm writing my docs, I always like to have actually here we can look at this. We'll look at a really, really simple example first. We'll go to probably remember. This is probably the simplest package that I have published on NPM. That's like a legit package that people use. It is literally just a single function. It's not doing much, but the value is that it's it's kind of wonky, and you don't have to remember or worry about this implementation in your own code base. So that is a really, really simple package. So I pretty much always follow this pattern where I say, here's the problem. This is like, so that people will know how like this problem solves or they will know that this package is intended to solve a problem that they have. So I always start with the problem that it's intended to solve. And then we talk about the solution, how this particular package solves that problem, so that people can decide, is this solving the problem that I am hoping that or in the way that I would like it to solve the problem. And then I give a usage example, and then sometimes like Cachefied, I think, does this. Go back. Oh, that is right here. I will get into a bunch of the different options and document that. And in fact, let's see what's the other. There's another package that I've got where I literally just copy paste the JS doc. I think, no. I think it's invariant, maybe. Uh, No, I didn't for that. But there was one place where I just literally copied the JS doc into the README. But yeah, so like I give basic usage, some more examples of different API options and stuff like that. So like kind of an API reference. So you start with the high level, and then you go into specific use cases that are common and have some examples for that. And yeah, and then having like some if your package is similar to another one, explain what the differences are. And then I also will have like inspired by this thing or give credit where it's due, and then the license. So there you go. There's hopefully research on how to write documentation. Okay, and that's all from the Discord. So yeah, we're gonna have a quick one today. When I hang up here, I'm gonna be working on a fun project, the React Hooks workshop of Epic React V2. So let's see. I think it's already published. React hooks. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, I haven't put it up yet. I've got something locally that's like the updated version of this workshop. A lot of it will be the same, but yeah, some of it's going to be different. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. If you are watching this later and you missed something and you wanted to ask a question, you can shoot me a call and I will be happy to answer on the Call Camp podcast. Other than that, let me just double check my calendar and see. Next week, I do have something that starts halfway through office hours, so I'll probably be able to do office hours partway through. Let's see. Yeah, save that. So I just updated my calendar, which you can find here live. Boom, ba-da-doo. So right here, that day, it will just go until 10. And also, I totally spaced, but April 11th, I'm not going to be doing office hours because you're all going to be in Utah for the conference. So I will update that too. Okay, that is it. Thanks everybody for joining, and we will see you in the future.